Okay, we're going to make a very simple web page about penguins. So you can see we've got our image here in task 2, which we need. So we've got to do a couple of things to get things ready before we create the web page. So first thing you need to do, right click on our penguin, save as, and then you need to find your Year 7 computing folder. Now you can see at the bottom here the file name is Untitled Picture. You need to change the name of that, so just delete Untitled Picture. I'm going to call it just Penguin, like that. So it's penguin.jpg. Now we're going to make a folder for it to go into. So we're going to click New Folder. I'm going to call it Penguins. Okay, and everything is going to go into that folder, including the image, like that. Open that up and then save it in there. Okay, good. So we've got the basic things we need. Now last week we used the web page to create the web page, but this time we're going to be making something called, or using something called Dreamweaver, which is on your computer. So if you just type in Dream, and it should come up. There you go, Adobe Dreamweaver. And this is an application that you'll be using. Now you can see you've got lots of options here. It looks quite daunting. There's a lot of things in here, but we're only going to be using it for the basic web page, so don't worry too much about all these things. Click on HTML. You should have 2 windows. This side here, just delete everything in there. Okay, so we're going to type it in manually, and you can see at the minute it's Untitled 1. So we're going to go File, Save As, and then we're going to go to our Year 7 computing folder, click on Penguins, and then again we're going to make sure we call it, not Untitled 1, but we're going to call it Penguins.html, and the HTML is already there for you, so click Save. Wonderful. Now all we need to do is start putting the structure in for our web page. So if you remember, lowercase, we've got HTML there. Down the bottom, we've got to close it off with our closing HTML tag. Oops, with the forward slash in there, so a backslash in there, and then forward slash. Now sometimes in Dreamweaver it kind of like tries to finish off your code for you, which it did then. So HTML, so our opening and closing HTML tag. Now we need our head tag, like that, and then I'm going to come down a little bit of space again, and I'm going to click my forward slash, and you can see it's done it for me. So it's actually finished off my code for me, which was great. Makes it easier in terms of avoiding any errors. Okay, so we've got HTML, we've got our head, and then inside the head tag, if you remember, we should have our title tag. So I'm going to go title, like that, bit of space, and then start typing in, so it's forward slash, and you can see it's done it for me. Wonderful. Now in there, this is the title which is going to appear in our kind of the browser tab. Okay, not the actual page. It's not going to appear on the page itself. So I'm going to put in there Perfect Penguins. Okay, like that. Right, wonderful. You can change it. It doesn't matter where you put like space. Here you can move it around to make it a bit clear. So if you want to have some space in between, like there. You can indent as well, so if you want to say, I'm going to indent that so I can see it a bit more clearly. It doesn't really matter, so it's kind of quite forgiving. So HTML, opening, closing, head, title, wonderful. Now, if you go back into in space here, I'm going to start doing the body tag. Okay, and the body tag obviously stores all of our information, or what we can see on the screen. That might be images, text, forms, and so on. So I'm just going to tidy that a bit. There, maybe a bit of space to work into. Okay, so we're going to start putting together our content in our body tag. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use something called the center tag. Right, if you remember from previously, center is spelt incorrectly. Well, in the American way of spelling it anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just come down and close that center tag off, forward slash, and there we go. Now what I'm going to put in here is going to be basically the title for our web page. So if you remember from our tags, we've got one called H1, and we use that for our main heading. I'm going to call it Perfect Penguins Website. And I'm going to close off my H1 like that. Okay. I'm going to click Save. Okay. Now this window on the right hand side here, if you click on it, this is what your page is going to look like in a very loose way anyway. It's not always perfect. What you can do, if you come up to this little globe icon, click Preview in Explore or iExplore or whatever list you've got, and you might have Chrome, and you can see it just generates this browser version or preview of what it would look like. And you can see, there we go, we've got our H1 just there. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that, don't need to use the minute. So I'm going to go back into my code on the left hand side here. I'm going to start adding some more things in. So what we do need to put in is a picture of our penguins. So IMG SRC, which stands for source, and then I'm just going to put in speech mark penguin, because if you remember we named it as penguin.jpg, like that. Wonderful. Okay, so if I just close that now, and it's come over to this side here, there we go. So you can see we've got our title and we've got a picture of our penguin that's going to be on the main part of our website. And then the rest of it really just putting some content in, or text content. So let's come underneath the center bit here. So I don't want to center it anymore. I want to move everything over to the left hand side. So I want to make sure I'm outside of my center tag. Give myself a bit of space to work in here. And I'm going to put some content. So I'm going to use my P tag, my paragraph tags, like that. And I'm just going to put in, this is my website all about penguins, like that there. And again, close off my paragraph tag. I'm going to have another paragraph tag underneath here. There are lots of reasons I like penguins. And again, and close that. There you go. Let's have a look and see what that looks like. There you go. So this is my website about penguins, etc., etc. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a list to put some things in about what I like about penguins. So we need to use our UL tag, our unordered list, like that. And then we're going to have a closing one there. Okay. And inside that are the bullet points for our lists. So I need to use the LI tag, the list tag. And my first thing is they are hilarious. Okay, and I'm going to close off my LI tag like that. I'm going to have another one. They look after their young. Oops, young. Like that. And again, closes it for me. And the last one is they walk funny and fall over lots like that. There we go. So I got my little bullet points in, so my UL, my lists, closing tags, etc. And there you go. So I click on this side here. Let's just save that, make sure we don't lose any work. Wonderful. Okay, now we're going to use, I'm going to look at using our links. Obviously we need links on the web page. So I'll make a bit of space down here, still inside my body tag, and have one more paragraph tag, and that's going to be if you would like to find out more, click below. Okay, so that's going to direct people to a link. Close that. And then the link, which is one of the trickier things to do in HTML, is href equals. And then you need to remember, you've got to put in a speech mark. And then HTTP, it's got to be the full address. And then we've got a colon / like that, 2 forward slashes. And then we're going to put in, I'm going to make this one up, but you can certainly find your own web page, www.penguin.com. Speech mark, like that. So I've made my link, but it's not there. You can't see it. Okay, so what I need to do, we'll come back over to this side here. I've not finished it off yet, because what you do is you put in the text you want to appear, like that. you can see, and then it's not working because obviously I've got to close my tag like so. And then hopefully, there you go, get the underline on it, and it should look like that. So we've got a H1 tag, we've got our image, img source tag, then we've got some user paragraphs, a ULLI, and then our link at the bottom here. So if you just save it, let's test it in our browser. Okay, so come up to the top, preview in iExplore, and there we go. There we go. Okay, so if I click on that link, I don't know, I'm not sure where it's going to go to. Penguins. Oh, it's going to go to the Penguin Book website. Wonderful. There you go. So my link works. Okay, wonderful. I'll close that down. So get a screenshot of your code. Get a screenshot of the output of it, either doing the iExplore window or this window here. It doesn't really matter. Put that into your OneNote as evidence. Then you've got another website to do, which is below. Try and do that. Refer back to the video if you need to, and let's see what you can do on your own.